Hey y'all, okay, so on this Abigail's adventure, I decided to do a local adventure that I do a lot of, but I never share my nice little cozy adventure that I love to come to relax. So for this vlog, we're going to do history on Main Street of my hometown. So I'm going to share this with you guys and the beauty landmarks that I love. The beauty landmarks. I don't know if it was always beauty, but it's beauty. It wasn't always that beautiful here, but you know, there was a big old hospital once here, and it was kind of noisy, and the traffic was crazy and more crazy. But this whole block was an old town city of itself, and I love this little town block city. Beautiful. Okay, so as I'm sitting here under the shade tree, my shade tree table, it's pretty hot out there. I get to tell the story of this place. Well, I don't really know the story of this place. Even though I lived here, I couldn't really tell you the story of this place, I don't think. Or maybe I can. I get to sit here and enjoy outside. Up there is the old apartments. So old apartments up there, that's an apartment building, and the coffee house is on the bottom, which is right there. See the tree? Way back in that tree. You know how many people probably done something, be like, ooh, I love this tree. I'm like, I love this tree too. I love this shade. Okay, so half of the video audio cut off on that last clip. So I'm not really sure what I was exactly saying, other than the fact that I was talking about the buildings, which I show more in depth on in the blog. This is an apartment building, which once I get more information on my historical story of this place, to what I can remember, it's like a hideout, man. It's like the coolest hideout ever. It was a cool apartment, actually, at one time. And of course, the apartment building that's across there that I told you guys about, I think in last night's clipping. I showed where the Grand Magnolia is, which there's the apartments up there, and I actually lived there back in the day. In the apartments, actually, I know a lot about these places, but I lived there once upon a time back in the Okay, so I'm showing pictures of the park right now. That way you guys can see what the park lakefront looks like. This is where I started my journey. This is called the band shelter here in Eustis, Florida. And this is where they hold concerts. And of course, if you guys know about country, you know that the new artist, Michael Ray, is from Eustis, Florida as well. He was actually one of our PDs here. So he's well known here in this area. So anyways, this is where we've had, actually my aunt and uncle had gotten married right here on this lake, right here at this view. That's why I'm showing this view. Back when I was a little girl, right there where I'm showing now, that was actually where they performed the ceremony when we had the wedding. When they had the wedding at sunset. It's so beautiful. I love coming up here and seeing this park. I enjoy this park. I miss it so much when I'm not home. And it's just so pretty. There's the band shell where they do all the concerts. There's my little squirrel friend. That's my friend. That's my bestie. That's Mr. Squirrel. You'll see more about baby squirrels on the next blog. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm hanging out before the evening stroll to show you guys the historical parts of the town in the evening and the town during the day. There is a lot of historical background here, and I will share as much as I can with you guys along the way. Here was at sunset. We waited till sunset to show you guys the sunset view, how beautiful it is. Like I said, they do a lot of events down here. They do a lot of weekend things down here, a lot of concert things down here, a lot of family activity, a lot of fun stuff that they do down here. But this is the lake view here in downtown Eustis. And this is what it looks like when it's lit up on this side. And right behind me, literally behind me from the view, is the actual downtown that will be taking the stroll in the evening. And I will show you all the historical buildings and what they mysteriously call the old gangster mob hideout of our city, of our town. If I'm allowed to say that, even though I grew up here. Anyways, that's another story in itself. But anyways, it is where I was born and raised, so I know it very well. Look at the tree. So I was showing you guys the tree. It looks like the star, the Pentagon, whatever it's called, the star, like in my paintings. Look how the tree literally made the perfect impression right there, which to me is like a significant thing because there is a lot of back history of this area, and especially me when I was little. And it's very spooky. I could tell y'all some spooky tales, and you could or could not believe it, but I could believe it because I have witnessed it. And I was definitely one of those people that could tell you some phenomenons about this place and disappearing and reappearing. But that is the star right there in the middle of the park, and I have a very spooky, freaky story that I could tell, especially with it being Halloween, about the rapture of this place. And you can believe it or you don't believe it. It just depends on the person, I guess. But I think I definitely know firsthand. Anyways, with that said, there is a lot of spookiness I can tell about this town. I can definitely say that, because I was from here. So I know all about it. Anyways, and I disappeared from here. I know all about it. Anyways, with that said, this is the fountain. It has one of the blue crane herons. It was a symbol. It was like a landmark. We used to find them when we were kids. And it became definitely a Florida. This area is landmark, historical animal, actually. So they put it right there in the fountain, one of the fountains that they put up. And you'll see another fountain that I know well that used to be in front of the hospital. I'll show you guys that later. But right now, we're getting into the evening time. And I'm now flipped around from the park. And I'm about to walk from the park entrance into the town entrance to show you what the town looks like in the evening time. And there's been a bunch of different stories of this little town. It was its own city town in itself, definitely. It's literally like a small city. I don't really know how much more to say what it seems like, what it seems like or what it looks like, because it kind of is. It is a small town city in itself. Directly where I just showed you, this is an apartment. I'll show you, this is the restaurant that's now below, but this apartment that's above it, I actually lived in those apartments at one time when I was younger, back in the days. They went from being nice apartments to ghetto apartments to nice apartments. It just depended on the landlords. The place become what we used to consider, it got really hoodish around here. It changed a lot, let's put it that way. It went downhill for the longest time because the money just wasn't there, I guess. I don't know, the economy went kaplooey, but I definitely know it. I know it well, so it's nice to see it this way and fixed up a lot better than what it was. This is the new bank that's right here, and I will show you, I think I took a clip of what the original bank, but that is the bank that they stuck in there later on. It was Bank of America that just happened to be put up right there. Right here, there's a theater. I'm trying to go as quickly hang on, I was trying to go as slowly as possible with this, but anyways, this is a theater that still runs, that's right here, and they still perform there, and they still have shows and stuff there, and actually I have a family member who does stuff here. But this is actually the apartment buildings I was just talking about. Oh yeah, this is, see right here, so I'm showing you the apartment buildings. I was like looking at it because it was kind of giving me the creeps, because I can remember looking out those windows plenty of times, and I can remember being on the street and looking up and watching people look down at us, creepy enough, from those apartment buildings as well. So I definitely have some creepy, freaky stories, definitely being someone who's from here, of that building. But that is one of the buildings that I had once lived in. I couldn't really remember why I moved out of it, but I did. And then later on, people used to like peek out the windows all the time from that apartment building, along with the one that I showed you guys at the beginning. So anyways, I think I do some talking through, like regular talking through the video, so I don't want to cut out too much of it. But right here used to be a building. It's by itself. I don't know. They ended up tearing it down. It was weird because it actually sat in this whole area. It sat, and then it just become condemned. So they finally tore it down. So it was like these ghetto apartment building. But there was actually businesses that were in the bottom of it. But they finally condemned it and moved it out, which was really cool because they ended up making the memorial park right here. And this is the apartment, the notorious gangster hideout. The whole place was apparently. Little apartment building that got taken over that everybody rumors about, and then below it now is a coffee shop, and this was the side of it, so it was the alley, what we call the alley, and nobody would go down the alley. And I'll show you the other side of the alley later. Yeah, it was it's different. But this is one of the apartments, and again, I have one time had lived in those apartments myself as well. They are just known cheap apartments here, well-known apartments. But that is the stories around this area. I know there's been a lot of different questions about it, but anyways, so this is the notorious alley that you're not supposed to go down, and there's apartments that are actually back here, and I'll show it to you guys the next day. I come back up the alley, so because I wanted to walk up the alley to show you guys. And now there's a restaurant there. It's really nice now. I mean, it really is. There's nothing like to fret about. It's beautiful again. It seems very homey again, very normal, pleasant. The garden's back. Actually, I started crying when I seen this part when I was taking this clip. That's kind of why I'm talking over it, because I was crying. I had memories, and I cried, and it was nice to see the alley back, and the flowers were out and blooming. It was always my favorite thing to see here at this particular space and stuff. But there's a restaurant that is adjacent to it now, and on the other side of the building. This building is where the theater sits, which I'll show you guys. But this is the coffee shop now, and I love seeing it. And they have sunflowers, and it's so pretty. Like, you'll see all the different things that is decorated in there, and it's so nice to actually get to come home and see it. This is an entrance that goes up to the apartment building there, and then there's an entrance on the other side of the building, but that's the main entrance that goes up and down. This is the name of what they ended up naming the alley. So it was a last name of family, a well-known family. So they named the alley after that. And that's the market. That was the Eustis marketplace they ended up putting in later. But that building was, oh God, what was that building? It's been so many different places. Oh, now that I switched back around, this is on the other apartment building that's on the other side of the coffee shop. And that is the other set of apartments. There's a bunch of apartments actually all up on that strip as well. And that's like a door entrance. So it's like the very old city filling, old town, very much so feel in this area. And it's so pretty now. They've done a lot to it. It's cleaned up. It's not, It's not a bad area to walk around in. It's really nice to go down and enjoy the buildings and the structures and stuff here at the place. And then they have it lit up, and then Christmas time this is all lit up as well. And I'm going to show you guys more of the storefronts as we go. This used to be the bank. So this was the bank I was telling you guys about before the other bank got put in. This was the notorious bank that sat here in Eustis. It was the only bank in this area right here of this town. There's notorious stories about that, but it was a bank at one time. Then it went into like, I think they made it to apartment buildings, and they may have done like a house at one time. They've done quite a different things, like covered up like different things there, but yeah, so it's been changed out quite a few times, but there's definitely the story behind the old bank there. So that is the original bank that's set on the block. And then this goes down the block, and there's more stores that's there now, and it's really nice. It's really pleasant. There's places you can have your hair done. There's restaurants now. There's the pizza shop. There's the flower shop. That's the wagon wheel, which I absolutely love because they have so many really cool artifacts in here. For your home that's just comfy and cozy and stuff. And I'm going to show you guys. It is really cute because I know this store as well. It's been there for a long time, actually, a long time, in the exact same place that it's pretty much always been, for as long as it's been the Peddler's Well. It was something else at one time, but I cannot recall exactly what it was then, but this is what it's been for a very long time. And they have like cool little statues and stuff in here, but what's really cool is the cat. Look, watch this cat. This is their pet, which is absolutely adorable. He sits in guards. It's like their guard kitty. Here's an initial to the original people who lived on the block, if I'm not mistaken, and it's still there as a historical mark. Anyways, this is the cat, and it sits in the house, in the store, and it just does its own little thing, and it's super cute. Look at him, watch him. He's like, hello. Watch this sign, though. No matter what the cat tells you, don't let me out. Watch this sign I show you guys. It is absolutely hilarious. He is so cute. I just wanted to, reach in and pet him. He's so sweet. So that's like their little guard kitty. He stays there, lives there at the store. And isn't he pretty? He is so cute. I just love that. I can remember people doing that stuff forever. You just walk along there, and it's really cool to see your animals at your storefronts. There's a bunch of the stores actually have their animals around there, and then there's the restaurants and stuff. But I'll show you guys more of that later. So yeah, so this store is really, really nice. It's comfy, and they have a lot of cool flowers and a lot of different arrangements and all kinds of. Look, please do not let the cat out, no matter what it tells you. Oops, the cat's out of the bag. Anyways, that cat is so cute. I was talking to him, but luckily I am talking over me, sitting there talking to the cat. I was literally sitting on the ground laughing and playing with the cat through the window. I was so excited about seeing him. I felt like I was a kid again, looking in the storefront, talking to the owner's cat. Just sitting there minding my own business, because that was where I would play when I was little, running up and down the street. Anyways, look at these cute little statues that they have. I always say that, don't they look like mobsters? They look like since everyone says it was the mob town, they have these cute little statues. You got Granny, you got High Riding Granny, then you have the angel face one, and wonder who that could be. And then you have all the rest of them. Look, you have a grandpa one, and then you have these other ones. It's like they aged into new time. Look, what is that one? Wall Biker Nana one. Biker baby, it says. It's too funny. Look at them, and they're so cute. And they're like, that is too funny. Hang on, and then what was it? Oh, the deer. They have like a little statue of the deer, which I absolutely love, obviously. And I thought that was super cute. And then here's another entrance that goes up to the apartments there. I think it was on the other side of that because there's nice apartments that are above these buildings, these storefronts. So there's like a lot of apartment buildings, and they're pretty much still original in the look, like going up the stairs, and then how they look upstairs, I could not tell you, but this is how it looks on the storefront. I have not got to make my way up to see how the apartments look. This is one of the restaurants that was put in down there, which is super nice to go down there and just chillax and have dinner and listen to the music, because there's definitely a lot of music that plays on the strip. So this is called the Buck Barrel. So I've obviously seen it, but I haven't actually been into this one yet. I'm hoping I get to go in there soon. This is the old clock, which has actually been there as long as I can remember. It was there when I was a kid, because this whole area right here, at another point, the hospital was literally, I'm on my way to where this whole area was considered the hospital at one point, because it's just the way it went. Obviously they put this in here for the arts and music, and the fact that we have Sunday, the famous singer now that's out in Nashville that's from here as well. So they redid the tile on there and put the art, and then put the guitar player, I'm sure after the fact, on this piece that is here. And then on the other piece there's still the state flag that was to be kept there, and then some other stuff. I'll show it to you guys once we get to it. That shows the band shelter, which I showed you guys at the beginning. I used to play on that when I was a kid, and it's called the band shelter, and we used to like hold pageants there, and the arts shows there, and the talent shows there, and we've done so many different things throughout time there. Here's another piece of the artwork that somebody put in with the tile work. For the George Washington Parade, because they actually are the ones who do the George Washington Parade here in our county. So it lines up on the road that we crossed, and goes all the way down. There's a nursing home that's up the road. I actually grew up at a nursing home. My mother had worked in it when I was a kid, and myself. And we could sit our residents outside the wall and watch the parade, but it was sometimes hard because I was in the parade a lot of times growing up, and then my mom was working at the nursing home, or I was sitting on the wall watching it. Anyways, yeah, long story short. And then this is the old jewelry, one of the jewelry stores that they have in there now. And I was just showing the pieces that they have in there is absolutely stunning. I love their taste of jewelry. It was so cute. And the way that they have it set up, I absolutely love it. And then, anyways, back to the George Washington. So we do the George Washington Parade, which is a big thing here. It's an important parade that we feel that to keep around forever, hopefully. So it's it's like a significance to this area to have the George Washington Parade that they do have still on Main Street, our Main Street, Bay Street here in this area. And again, it's definitely significant to me because I was in it and I would watch it, obviously, all growing up, and then I ended up being in it as I got older. Anyways, this is part of one of the jewelry stores that they put in to one of the storefronts. So I was just showing some pieces that they have, and it's set up so cute, and it's really nice. Like I was saying, this area actually was where our main hospital used to be located. It was actually the hospital I was born in. So this area right here used to be high traffic because of the business of the hospital that was there. It was a very large hospital that sat right there where I'm pointing. That was nothing but hospital, and I'm pointing up in the air because I was sitting there telling you guys that I used to look up. The helicopters used to come in and land on the roof of the hospital, and so I was looking like upwards because I used to look up at it when I was a kid, like, oh my God. And it was so noisy because helicopters were constantly coming and going. And the spotlight, there was a huge beam light that used to beam off of the hospital, and then all the blinking lights there. And when I was little, I used to laugh. We used to make joke and say that the only time that the beam light come on is when Batman was on his way home. So we would all start, us teenagers, us kids, us crazy fools that have been there forever, talking about da 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 da, here comes Batman. And we used to do that like all the time, like, oh God, here comes Batman. And then the big helicopter, the chopper, would land on top of the hospital. Anyways, long story short, yeah, so the hospital was there. It was a lot of high traffic here, a lot of high traffic. And this area become more of the hospital business, like the group Pink Elephant had took over this whole area for, like, there were store things that they did through like the church and stuff, organizations and stuff down in this area at the time. And like, so we had like thrift stores, we had like different stuff that they had switched over, they had changed to this area. Yeah, so the Pink Elephants had did stuff there through the hospital before the hospital was tore down. And again, that was the hospital that I was actually born at. Like I said, I was born and raised right here. Originally, I just don't really talk about it, but this is my actual original homestead where I am from. And I was actually born in the hospital that originally was there, which now we have a bigger hospital that has moved up the road. And I will show you guys about that later. This is just talking about the diamond, like a diamond, what was like a diamond, something to do with diamonds. I should have told you, I should have remembered this. Anyways, it's a very important piece to this little history thing that we're doing, but it's really cool. And I just took the pictures from the diamond, what was it called? The diamonds. Don't take my diamonds, just buy me some diamonds. Anyways, making diamonds and diamond rings and diamonds, and you know, every girl loves her diamonds. Anyways, so that's just like an article thing that they have there at one of the other storefronts that is there, which is actually another jewelry store that is located there. It's one of the old original jewelry fronts. This is Bay Street Pharmacy. This is where our pharmacy is now, but they took these pictures and left and like put it on there because of the hospital, because again, the hospital was adjacent from this area right here where I had showed you guys. This is just turning around, coming back up the side of the road, and they put this mural on there to represent what it looked like back days, just as a resemblance of like what it looked like way back, and then back. So something just really a cool mural to put on there. And if it wasn't a snake that bit me, I think that I know the person who actually put that on there. But I don't know for sure, so I can't like let the cat out of the bag. But anyways, and then this is just going back over to the mural of the bank, the new bank that was put in right there, which is adjacent to the park, the water, the lake and stuff. This is Bay Street Players. This is the theater I was telling you guys about earlier, which I have cousins. My cousins actually play still here at the theater. They perform there. She performs there. They perform there. So this was the theater house, and they had reopened it. I wish I could tell you a little bit more like old in depth, but I'm sure somebody has already done that. But it was a theater, closed down, became a theater, closed down. There's a whole historical, obviously, if there's different historical backgrounds, then you understand why. But they had been reopened, so it's a theater, and they still do shows and stuff here, which I cannot wait to get over there and see my next show, because the last show that I got to see there was Alice in Wonderland. When my cousin performed at that one, she performed. She's a singer as well, and she does acting and stuff. So she was actually in that one. So we're showing that, and that's just like the inside. It's just because they rearrange it, obviously, because they do different nice, really cool plays there. It's like going to Broadway. It's like having a Broadway at your in a little town. That's why I love it. Like, we had Broadway, and we had the marketplace, and we had all kinds of little stuff right here. So it literally gives you the feel of being in Little New York, what we used to call Little New York. We have a little pizza place, like all kinds of stuff. So it's really cool. And then this is the mark to let people know that it is actually called the State Theater. Along with the tiles that I showed you guys, it's renamed, or what it actually, the road, State Avenue, I think is what it originally was called. So then they realigned it, renamed it again back, put State Theater, but it's actually called, what is it called? Bay Street Players is what it had been renamed. And then that's just a little store, and I have a little story about this. I was on this little treasure hunt. I stepped on a lemon that was on behind the building when I was walking through the day, and could not figure out why I stepped on a lemon. And if we're crazy like we are, I ended up finding where this lemon belonged later on in the evening on my little journey here, which was at the lemon store front. I think to get forgotten about, but I did not forget about them. I am showing how cool they are. I love how they decorate. They have so many cute things there. It's been a couple different storefronts throughout time. To name off all of them, I could not really recollect to tell you everything that's been in there, but it has been a lot of different things throughout time. But they have done an excellent job of making it still look as cute as it is. I love this storefront, and it is so cool. Here's another one of the old jewelry stores that's on the front side there. I know there's like three jewelry shops here. Isn't that weird? And a barbershop across the street. But the reason why it says jewelry, I guess they remade it to a jewelry, but I think at one time this was a pawn shop, and then they stopped with the pawn shop, and now it's the jewelry shop, or it's a jewelry store or something. Who knows? I don't know. It's been a lot of different things throughout time. So anyways, and then the restaurant, here's the entrance to the restaurant that I was showing you guys, the back way of the restaurant, which was down the alley. Well, this is the front entrance of it, and there's a side entrance, and then there's the back entrance. So and there's the apartments above it and around it and behind it, which I will show you guys more of the clippings of that. But this is a really good restaurant, actually. It's a little Mexican restaurant that's there, and they have some really good restaurant, but it is so big. Like, it is really big in there. Okay, so we're back to the next day. So this is the color bar. So the guy here, he's really nice. He introduced himself to me. I got talking to him. And he does hair. He's like from Paul Mitchell's. So he opened the shop, and these are all his outdoor water activity things that he does. I was fascinated. Like, I love the stuff that he has, because like on real life here, out of the nighttime horror story that we didn't want to get into. This is what it looks like during the day. So it's really cool. So these things that you can take to the lake, because obviously we are surrounded by lakes. And I thought that was really cool to see those things, like for the activities that a lot of us got used to. This was... I'm not sure which place that was. There's a flower shop that's coming up too, which I think I showed you guys. I think at the end of this, I had actually went and watched a little live band that came down here. They have like little live performances or whatever in the evening time, because the flower shop actually turned into a little bar. In the evening time, and it is just set up so freaking cute. So that's actually where I caught one of the performances that I go to, was down here at the flower shops, but this is what it looks like from the outside. This is one of those shops. I'll show you, it's coming up, but this is like the shop adjacent to it. But yeah, it is like super, super cute. I love how they have like the setup and stuff. Here is one of the restaurants. This is the flower shop where I went and watched the performances, and it's just so relaxing. You can see how relaxing it is. Look how pretty that is. And inside it was so relaxing. It really was. And just to get to go in and just be out of the way and just get to listen to a really, nice band that come in and was playing. Yeah, it is so pretty. It is super pretty, but that is actually where I was at on that one. That's actually where I went for that when I had recorded that last clip from that. Or not that last clip, but I think it was the last vlog I may have done. Anyways, this is another one of the storefronts that they have, and like I said, all up and down these storefronts in the evening times they turn into like little bar cafe type of things, and they have like music that is playing. There's speakers that are actually lined up on the streets here, so there actually is music playing all the time in this area. I just don't have the sound on. And I'm going to allow myself to finish telling you guys the story.
When they say that you kicked out of home and you're not even allowed in the alley where by your home, and they say you can't even be in the alley either, you got to stay right where we put you. Well, they mean it, honey. Don't get caught. Don't get caught trying to get down into the alley. No, not one bit. Okay, let's go to that hospital. What? I thought it was the best damn place to have the best damn apartment house you ever seen in your life. And look at the view I would have got. It was my dream. Man, look, it's like being in a big city. What you see on TV. Like, look, that could be the front door to the house. And then you got the city sidewalk. I love it. I thought it was the... It was more like Abigail from the block. It was like Abigail from the block. I'd be like, tell me that storefront is gorgeous. Don't tell me that ain't gorgeous, because it is gorgeous. And that place was gorgeous. I bet I could make it as gorgeous as that. Be like, all this stuff right there. That's what I was talking about too. Me too. Although we almost there. We almost were that big old building that we know so well. You stand that we hated so much. We almost to that big old building that we just love so much. Look. Honey, we almost there to where that hospital that we used to know was, but it's gonna be shocked, honey. It ain't what it used to be, thank God. We don't have to look up at the helicopters flying in and waving them down that get to the top of the roof with bright lights everywhere, like Batman. Batman's on his way. The lights be shining, they be saying Batman's on his way home. Batman's on his way home. Everybody get in. Here comes the helicopter. Okay, Ethel, you ready? Look behind me, honey. Look, that's where the hospital's set. Right back there. And now it's just this beautiful little park. You would never believe. Nobody would believe that there was a big-ass hospital that sat back there that took up...
I got them stories in this hospital. Whoa, the hospital. And I even had one of my youngins in that hospital, but obviously there ain't no hospital left. I'm gonna have to find a picture of what it looked like and post it. What it looked like. Oh, honey, I'm still waiting on hearing them helicopter. Remember how I would sit here and look up at the sky? Look, now there's an airplane up there. Can y'all see the airplane? There's an airplane. You can see the airplane instead of seeing the top of a hospital with lights and strobe lights and big lights and orange lights and more lights. Look like the aliens were gonna land, and more lights. You would think it was a presidential hospital or something, for God's sake. Like, Batman's on his way.
Now guess what's all left of the old hospital, Ethel? Look, here's the walk path that went around. That big old hospital sat right there. Right there. Can you believe that big ass hospital that used to reach up to the heavens sat right here? Can you believe that? And this is all that pieces left of the hospital. Is the walk path on the outside of the hospital. Can y'all believe that? That is amazing. I can't believe that's all that's left. I can't. Oh my heavens. I can't believe it sat right there, y'all. That thing was ginormous to sit in this spot. And it was a hospital, and I was born there. I was. I even got poisoned up the road. My brother poisoned me. I lived up the road in a big old white house. And I had to get rushed here and get thrown into a tub to pee. And back here, we got, look at them apartments over there. Them apartments did not look like that back in the day. They were the ugliest damn thing you ever seen. I think it was like white stone. They were white. They redone the face of these, thank God, to make them look better, like what they're supposed to look like. But let me tell you, this place went to the pooper. This place got so run down. I come and visit. I said, oh, Lord, how mercy. They need to do something with this place. They did. But that's nice now. That's really nice. Us not being back in the city, I saw that when I got to go to the city. I said, they need to bring that back home. Make our home look as good. Somebody's smoking some weed up here at the hospital. We smoked that a lot here at the hospital. I'm starting to think, I don't know if it was patients or maybe it was residents. They testing it. They knew the future was on its way. All right, I think we to the...
I'm at the end. Ethel, I'm at the end of my path. Look, my path ended right here. This little block right here. You see it? And look, I'm going to stand on it. I ain't scared. I'm going to stand right here. And I'm going to look up to beautiful heaven sky. And I'm going to look at that water fountain that they put right there. And this water fountain has been here for a long time. And then it ended up being a parking lot right there for the hospital. It was like a memorial. And I'm going to walk over there to that beautiful, it's still beautiful even though it looks antique right now, water fountain that they put in for a memorial. Y'all ready? Come on. I'm at the end of my path. This was the end of my path. I'm ready to go. Let's go down the hill. And we're gonna go see it. Y'all ready? Alright, y'all been on this adventure with me for a long time. Let's go.
Alright, I made it to the fountain. Look, this was the wishing well fountain. I used to call this, when they put it in, it looks like a flower. Y'all see this? You know how I do my flowers? It's always in my head. Look, it's shaped like a flower with an opening, and the water actually comes out on the top of it. And I think I have pictures from last night when it was actually running of this beautiful, 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 beautiful. They put... I'm so excited. I made it to the fountain. I get to sit here finally and enjoy the quietness, the comfort, the beauty of this fountain. I can almost reach it. It's so big, but I can't reach it from here. I would have to get in the water and cool off to reach it, but I can't do that today. Maybe another day. It's like a little swimming pool. Who wants to go skinny dipping? Woo! Skinny dipping in the city. Laura City! I'm crazy, I know. It's like skinny dipping in Laura City, right here in the fountain. The flower fountain. It's like the flower. And I want to go skinny dipping in and out. Go figure, right here. I made it from the end of the sidewalk where I wasn't allowed to go off the sidewalk ever. I made it to the fountain. Alright, so while I'm sitting here daydreaming about skinny dipping in the
Okay, guys, so I lost
my mama would be so proud.
I lost sound for a second, but this is obviously the fountain.
So amazing.
And it looks like a flower, and I absolutely love this fountain. It's so much fun. And they ended up putting another name of a memorial,
here we are.
a
We're
name
gonna have so
to
much fun in
it.
this fountain. Y'all don't believe me. I'm gonna go. I ain't going skinny dipping.
Yeah, they
I might get in
changed the
trouble.
memorial a
But
lot
I'm gonna
there, but
go
that
swimming in
was
the fountain
apparently
one
the
day.
new thing they did.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so
going
let's get
swimming in
back
the fountain, y'all.
to the video.
Alright, I better get my butt back on my path before I get in trouble before I get in trouble and get caught skinny dipping at the fountain. I don't have my boyfriend with me though. I don't. My boyfriend. Alright, so now we're just going to take a nice little leisure walk. So remember the alley that I showed you guys? It was on the other side from, and I'll tell you guys more story when I get more story to tell you about it, but like the apartment where the coffee shop is, and I showed you the alley, which I don't know. I'm gonna be in so much trouble not remembering that name. So anyways, at the other side, which y'all guys seen the paintings and stuff, there is a restaurant. There's a restaurant. Oh, I thought I lost footage. And this is the restaurant. Can you guys see it? Alright, so we're gonna go to the other side of the alley that I showed you guys from the other side, where the restaurant, and the restaurant also on the other side of the building, you can actually get in. This is the back side of the restaurant.
It's a Mexican restaurant, and I've been here quite a few times actually, and it's very, very delicious. Very, very delicious actually. They have some good food. Look at these paintings. God, I love these paintings that they did. I showed you guys the paintings from last night. This is today, the next day. Isn't that pretty? That is so freaking good. That is so good. I forgot what exactly this, like, they call the look. I'm gonna have to look it up and tell you guys. I should know offhand, but I don't. There's like a holiday, actually, that resembles, but, you know, it's still cool, and we know what it is, so it's really cool. I like it. And the restaurant is so pretty, set up so pretty. So this is the back side of the restaurant, and I think this is very cozy. It's very secluded, it's nice, it's comfortable, and it's romantic.
Okay, so I think I lost footage, but I was trying to show you guys this part of the building. So as we go down the alley, so this is behind the theater, and then this is the other building. And of course the apartment's up there. And you can get into the apartments from the front side as well. And it's very nice. The last I heard, they were very cozy, very well maintained. So yeah. I can't wait to get to see what they look like now, because obviously, you know, there was times where they went kind of down in the kaplooey, but I say that they're a lot better now. And this is the building in the front. This is the side of it, of the alley, and this is now the coffee shop is here. And then there's apartments up there. And the beautiful garden here that I showed you guys last night. Now I get
side last night. And I showed you the night view. And this is obviously where the back side of the restaurant is located, which, like I said, it's very little spot to eat. And this is the back side. And obviously I've been on the inside, and the inside is really big, and it's nice and cozy inside as well, because you have the back side and then you have a front side to this. So you can kind of have like a private party on the back side here, and then just like for normal leisure, I guess they do like normal leisure eating is on the front side of the restaurant. So it's really nice, actually. It's really, really nice. Very comfortable. Or if you just want to come to lunch and just sit and relax, like what I do, like sitting around, just kind of chilling, relaxing, enjoying life for a change, well, you got the perfect little spot to sit and be comfortable and just relax, enjoy life, enjoy the beauty and the plants, which I love how they put their plants out. I love their art.
Okay, so at the end here of the alley is now the garden, which is blooming, and it's super pretty. Look at these trees. How gorgeous is that? So you have the coffee shops here, and then over here is a restaurant. So you can see the restaurant, and then of course the apartments up there. Look at these beautiful trees. Oops. And then we got, this is so nice. This is a pizza. Y'all see the pizza? I showed it to you guys last night. It is so relaxing. Oh, so nice. I can't wait to be munching down on some of that pizza, y'all. I love pizza, so I am a pizza fanatic. So I cannot wait to get me some of this pizza. That is so cool. I am so excited. So nice. How beautiful that is. Okay, so I decided to come to the coffee shop. Well, actually, we were already at the coffee shop from the last clip that you saw. And they have a bench right here, and I'm just gonna like sit here and relax. And this is definitely a good spot for filming, definitely. And you know, the coffee shop has the beautiful sunflowers, like right there in the window. Who's fascinated with sunflowers? I know I was. That was like, I had sunflower everything. I was sunflower queen. And now I get to see it and not just see it on me. Because I wanted sunflowers. So anyways, okay, so I decided to take a chillax sitting after strolling around the block here on the bench. And yeah, this is pretty relaxing. I think the last thing we're going to do is go back over to the park. So probably the last thing we're going to do is say goodbye and see you guys on the next vlog. See you soon. Okay, so so we're going to the bench and we're going to do our goodbyes. I'm going to see you guys on the next town vlog. Yay! Oh, this is so comfy. It would be just so romantic to have a little concert stuff here. Oh yeah, they do that. The first Fridays of the month, the whole street is going to be filled, and we will be here, and I will share with you guys a monthly street party that they do here on the block. I'm super excited. I cannot wait for that to come up. It is next Friday. Yay! It's the first Friday of the month, so I think it's next Friday. We will be down here, and of course this is going to be full of people. Hopefully I'll be able to sit and vlog, but there's going to be vendors, there's going to be cars. Okay, so yeah, so there's going to be music. Yay, y'all know me. And so it's family friendly. I'm super excited. There's going to be vendors, music, there's going to be so much stuff, and I cannot wait to share this with you guys on my adventures. We get to come enjoy this beautiful place and listen to music and see cool things. And okay, it's gonna be an adventure. Till then, bye! Next Friday, here we go. We will see you next Friday. Dun, 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 here in Eustis at the street party next week. I will see you guys then on Abigail's Town Adventure. Bye! I had a homegrown, some cute ones here in beautiful Eustis, Florida. They got all the sexies going on here. Shh, don't tell nobody. they all homegrown here. You know what's up. You know what's up. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. God, it's the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Who knew? Alright, while I'm sitting here dreaming about the po-po that come up out of here in country music, and y'all know I love my music, and then I find out when I went to the city that homegrown from my hometown was homegrown up in the country business, and I said, what? And I said, Lord, I think it's time to go home. I said, holy horse crap, that's the finest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it's from my hometown. Holy crap, I gotta go home, y'all. Who knew? That's the finest thing I've ever seen, and they announced where it's from. I said, whoa. Back on adventures, back home. Yeah, I'm so excited on Abigail's adventure. Back home. Homegrowns. Who knew? Bye! Okay, I better get my butt up and end this vlog. Is on the next town vlog with Abigail and this adventure that we're on. I will see you guys then. Bye! Bye! Bye!